The Stan and Daphne Nkosi Foundation, together with the Each One Teach One Foundation, will host the inaugural The Struggle Hero Stan Nkosi Lecture at the Grace Bible Church in Soweto. Jeff Radebe, the Minister in the Presidency, is expected to deliver the keynote address this evening. Well, here to tell us about the life and times of Stan Nkosi is former Minister of Foreign Affairs and friend George Nene, and also joining us is Bafana Sithole, who is with the city of Johannesburg, but he here, of course, as a personal friend, I think more than in his professional capacity. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and it's lovely to have you on the program.
Thank you for having us.
For viewers out there that perhaps may not know who Stan Nkosi is, tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Stan Nkosi grew up in Soweto. Studied at Morris Isaacson, did his LLB in University of Zululand. Got interested together with some of us during those days in the situation in the country that is under apartheid. Together with Stan Nkosi, Khalima Mtlante, Spinyanda and myself, we formed what we would call an ANC underground cell in 1974.
Yeah.
We worked underground activities of MK and the ANC until we were told to, or Ms. Spinyanda and myself were told to go to exile, and Khalima Mtlante and Stan were told to continue doing underground work, but then they got us arrested. After a month we left.
Yeah.
That landed them in 10 years in Robben Island, where he met people like Bafana Sithole and many other revolutionaries.
Well, I mean, Bafana, spending time with Stan on Robben Island, you obviously got to know him a lot better and a different side of him. What was he like in your eyes?
I would say he was a political animal. He loved politics, but not for its sake, but with the intention to apply to change and better the lives of South Africans in particular. And so he was an avid reader and a musician. He liked dialogue.
Yeah.
So that's what Stan.
Yeah, that was Stan. He passed away in 2008 while he was in hospital. It was due to a botched throat operation, and I mean, you know, it was a tragic loss for South Africa, and there was a lot of heartache that came from that, particularly from his wife as well. Do you remember that time when you heard of his passing? What was that like for you?
Yes, it was a shock because, in fact, I was also phoned by his younger brother, also called Bafana, at around 1 a.m.
Yeah.
That Stan is no more. I thought he's a little bit inebriated. I thought he's joking.
Yeah.
I didn't respond to his call, but when he left a message, I realized that this is serious. When I listened to the message, he was telling me that Stan is no more.
Yeah.
Jump out of my bed, rushed to the hospital, and indeed there he was, and his wife was there.
Yeah.
And he was not breathing.
It really was a very sad story, and it certainly has been an awful thing for the family and the friends to get over. But now you have this inaugural lecture. Why a lecture? What, the idea behind putting this together, what was it?
Well, the memorial lecture, the idea behind the memorial lecture is to take forward what Stan Nkosi believed in. He was an avid believer in education, whether it was education for the workers or education for members of the ANC, but education generally. So the foundation, launching a lecture, an inaugural lecture today, aims to establish connection with the population so that the foundation can then embark on its vision and mission in trying to help, especially the sectors of our community that did not have a lot of possibilities towards education, skills, upliftment, and all those things. So because Stan believed in education, that's the slant that the foundation is going to take. But the minister is expected to to dwell on what has happened 20 years and then the challenges and prospects for the next 20 years.
Okay. Just quickly, finally, we mentioned that the Minister in the Presidency, Jeff Radebe, is going to be giving the inaugural lecture. Do you know what he's focusing in on?
Not really, but just like George is saying, the 20 years of democracy and unity,
Okay.
the challenges and prospects in the country. As a launching pad for dialogue in South, we don't talk as South Africans, and if we were to talk, then we think we'll be really taking forward Stan's ideas.
Yeah. All right. I imagine it's open to the public?
Oh, yes.
So anybody is welcome to go down?
Anyone, and
Okay.
young and old.
Good. And I'm sure you're urging people to get down to the Grace Bible Church in Soweto.
Yes.
That's where it's taking place. What time does it begin?
6.
At 6 o'clock tonight.
Yes.
All right, so go down there, please. You don't want to miss this one. It's the inaugural lecture for Stan Nkosi in memory of Jeff Radebe, the Minister in the Presidency, delivering this particular address. And there you can go. Is going to be in dedication of this revolutionary. Thank you very, very much for joining us. His friends, George Nene and Bafana Sitole. Let's take a break. We'll have more after this. Stay tuned.